So I have to cancel the singles event that I planned to be on my farm this weekend. Y'all know I'm an event planner and I have a fish farm, and I advertised a fishing for love event where singles could come here and fish and have dinner and meet each other in person, not on a dating app. And 5 women RSVP'd yes, and 1 man. And even the 1 man that did RSVP did it through one of the ladies. Now, I did all of my marketing specifically towards men because I knew that the women would RSVP. I promoted the event on 45 different Facebook groups, specifically about hunting, fishing, camping, country life, and all local to my area. I know that my post reached over 12,000 people specific to the age group, the gender, and the interests that I just described. And yet, no man RSVP'd. So let's talk about why men are not RSVPing and attending these singles meet and greets. So I read something that said that men are just more spontaneous, they just want to show up, but I don't think that's true because men have no problem buying their season tickets to a football game a year in advance, being on time for their fantasy football event, being at a 7 a.m. golf tee time. So the issue must be that they're just not interested in attending these singles meet and greets. I also read that men don't really like the pressure of meeting a woman in a formal dating experience, and they prefer meeting a woman naturally, like at a bar or a concert. But like, don't we all? Now remember, I chose an event that men love doing, and I get men here every day at my farm fishing. I chose a fishing event because as an event planner, I know that I have to always have something for men to be doing. Men don't enjoy just standing around talking like women do. So that's why I chose fishing as the predominant activity. And yet they still didn't want to come. So I would love to hear from you all as to why you think men don't attend singles events. Because all I hear is them on social media talking about how lonely they are and how they all want to meet a woman and how much they hate the apps. So what do you think?
That's interesting. Well, she planned it out pretty. On paper, it made sense, everything that she said. But I guess I'll let you. I'm formulating my thoughts.
I guess you could put it this way that, with these meet and greets and stuff, it's like she's obviously trying to advertise them for the men to come, but it's like I guess they don't want to go to a place that's being advertised to go meet chicks at, even though that's something that guys want to have a relationship and stuff like that are interested in it, but you just advertising
So I
and
have
you're
to
gonna meet
cancel
some
the
ladies
singles
that are
event
single.
that
It's like,
And
I guess it doesn't really appeal to them. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna meet a lot of single ladies in a certain age group, and it's like I probably don't want to meet them anyway. It's like,
if we could be honest, I would love if we could be honest
like
and rebrand.
probably, I'm not sure. I don't think she said the age range of the people there. She probably, when she was advertising, she probably did state the age range, and it probably didn't interest the guys, and they already know how social media and everything is just, it created a whirlpool of just guys don't want to just be meeting ladies, because when you meet them, it's like they already have pushed all these expectations on you, and they don't want to feel like they're being pressured into a place where it's supposed to be natural.
So my thoughts on it, a lot of these events don't really get pushed to guys like that, in my opinion, because in my 28 years living, even being on the internet, I ain't, I'm not really active on social media. You were more active like on Twitter and stuff more than me. I'm not really active on social media up until recent times. Like I'm talking about like COVID era. That's when I really started getting into social media. Before that, if you was to meet me back then, I would personally tell you I don't use social media at all. I didn't get on it. The only thing that you would see me have is YouTube, or watching videos or something. Like it wouldn't be no like a Crunchyroll or something like that. Like that's all I would use it for. So I know there's a lot of guys who think the way that I do, and they didn't use social media like that either. So a lot of these events, I believe that women are gonna catch them a lot more often than men will on average. But me personally, if I was sent this years back, I wouldn't go just due to the fact that, like, you know, the formalness of it, because it's just kind of like, it's one thing to go there and meet a whole bunch of, you know, women and whatever, and then go there and get rejected by all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to get rejected by one, but it's another to get rejected by 10. You know, like these dating shows, you know what I'm saying? Like the TV shows.
She probably should have just worded it differently, like fishing lessons or like fishing get together or something like that, and you just add the women as the bonus on there. No, but you don't have, but you don't have to tell the men there's women there. It's just that when they get there, they're gonna just see them there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, like if they made it like an event, like guys just pull up and have fun or whatever, it would take the pressure off, because now that it's a dating event or a singles event, it's like you have to go dressed to impress. Even though you're going fishing, you want to look fly fishing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to come in my slacks. I'm going to not look my best, you know what I'm saying? That's another error I would see with something like that. But I also wanted to further extend this info from someone else and see how other people process it. So we're going to keep going through some more clips, guys, before I keep going further on my explanation on that.
I would love if we
No, yeah, it's on.
I would love if we could be honest and rebrand singles events as the truth, which is a perfect place to meet your brand new platonic best friend. Men don't go to these. Men do not go to singles events. Stop paying money to go to singles events. Men don't go. Stop it.
Well, like she's saying, guys don't go. And this is another woman who may have planned something similar to this. And proof is in the pudding that dudes just don't go to it. And another thing I wanted to say about that is, like, I think it could be related. Just like I said, it's like the first lady said, it's about the standing and talking aspect of it. Dudes don't go to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes don't go to stuff like that. We go where we could, like, play a game, do an event or something, you know, something like that. But
I can see that.
But it's like a lot of guys wouldn't go there just to hear somebody yap all day and then to get rejected after the yapping, you know? It's like, if I'm gonna sit there for the yapping, I'm leaving with something. Like Denzel Washington, I'm leaving with something. Like, you know, so it's just one of those things, man.
And rebrand.
But let's get more people who have opinions on this situation.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
Dudes is just not showing up, man. That's crazy.
That's like, yeah, it's not
So I
even
went
worth
to a
the
singles
squeeze.
event.
Right.
Okay, so I recently, and it was 90% women. And I was wondering, like, where's all the dudes? I don't know, but they're not there. And that's cool. Not like I care.
Right.
So why make a video about it? You know, if it don't matter, I won't see the point making a video about it. And this is kind of the reason and I wanted to speak on this. When it comes to dating apps, these type of events and stuff like that, I see why a lot of guys don't take it seriously because of the fickleness.
I don't know.
Here,
but they're
it
not
seems
there.
like
And that's cool.
dating
Not
is
like
kind
I
of
care.
a joke. You know, if you're not that, from a guy's perspective, if you're not that guy, you're kind of just wasting your time. Because why go somewhere where you know, like, you don't know how you're going to be treated, but let's put it in real perspective. When you're out in real life, if you don't get that kind of interaction, you know, naturally, what
But the
difference would it
actual
make going
good
to an
men for
event
you,
that says that
you
you'll probably
pass
get
them up.
that?
I'm
There's no
quite
guarantee
sure
in that, you
you
know?
already probably passed
And
up your future
it's just
husband
one of those things where guys, not only guys not wanting to feel
just for
pressure, but it's
chasing
just
after
they feel
something that
like,
doesn't. Yeah, I have a
who's
serious
really taking that event seriously? Who's really out here really trying to look for something like that, you know? And it kind of just seems like a you know, what's the what's the way to put it? It's like, it seems like a money grab for the women, you know? Remember those tech events where the women would purposely go to those tech events just to get a guy in tech, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Afro Tech, I think that's what it was called.
Afro Tech or something.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. It seems very predatory. It's like, why are we so you targeting specific guys because you know money's involved. You know how much money these guys make. So off rip, it's not genuine to begin with. A lot of these events, a lot of people avoid these events because it's very superficial based once you get there. It may seem like a warm, forthcoming, come on through, let's have a good time. That's not really how it is. That event should include specific details, like we only want this type of individuals to come. You know, this is not an event that, oh, just anybody can come through. No, this is an event where only if you want to get a positive reaction out of people, you got to know who your crowd is, who you're walking into, you know? So for instance, you go to the singles event, right? You're the one black guy and there's like 10 white girls. And they all wanted to see Zac Efron or what's that dude, Captain America dude?
Chris Evans?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're going to these events expecting to see guys like that. Already you're at a deficit because that's not who they were expecting to see. So you have to put context into these events, like what type of people are going to be there, because now it's going to change whether people show up or not. And I don't agree with, and me personally, I would never go to them because I have my own reasons when it comes to that. If y'all want to know, I can make a separate video about my own personal reasons on why I would never attend nothing like that. But for the most part, I can understand why most guys don't go to this, because it's kind of like there's no hope in it. Like, what do you expect to find? Like, you know, it's not really, it doesn't seem genuine, because the people that go there may be out to get something, you know? They may not be genuinely looking for love or looking for a relationship. They just looking to have a guy to finesse on, you know? And you just happen to be one of the easier targets to show up. So I don't feel like guys would be scared to go. If guys knew they would have a success rate, they would definitely do it. But just from dating apps, just from real life perspective, what difference would it make if I go to an event that's centered around that and I can't get that in real life or on dating apps or situations that are similar? There's no point in wasting your time. But I wanted to also add another video in that kind of further reinforces like why guys, another reason why I feel like guys would not attend these kind of events. But let's get to it.
Question. Why do you guys want the men that don't want you? But the actual good men for you, you pass them up. I'm quite sure you already probably passed up your future husband just for chasing after something that doesn't want you. And I think that's a hard truth for women to actually swallow. Because what actually do y'all be chasing sometimes?
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Hey, you know, hey, out. You want to go in on that?
Oh, well, I mean, just in general, I think a lot of people pass up people they're supposed to be with, but in this context, we're talking about women. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of guys that's out there who have their best interest, but usually women have a specific type, and it's usually not the good. It's not the ones you you show your parents to. So given within that context, though, them choosing that type of person, they end up having a toxic relationship, end up being problems, makeup breakup dynamic, and them crying, talking to the girlfriends about it, breaking up, going back. It's all upside down. So I mean, you can't be surprised anyway.
And a reason that I feel like that video plays a role into what the previous topic was about is because going to an event like that is already showing chase. You're already showing that you're willing to chase because you were willing to show up knowing that they'll be there. Now, the women that the men really want, these dudes are not showing up to something like that. The women got to go to them. And that's what it is. Like here in America, like I said before, people always feel like their time is more important than others, or they feel like people should chase after them, the both men and the women, because we feel like, why should I chase after you when I'm more valuable than you? The question is, I remember my dad was saying something like this. It was like, who needs who more? That's the question that comes to mind when it comes to this dating stuff. Who needs who more? It's kind of like no one wants to feel like they're over pursuing a person who don't really want them the same way, But it's kind of been the man's responsibility for decades to always chase after what they want. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you could chase after success. You could chase after, hobbies or a goal, something that you had set in mind, losing weight, getting stronger. Yeah, these are things you can chase. But another human being, you could chase all you want. If that person don't want you, they don't want you. So it's kind of like pointless for guys to. It kind of gets tiring at some point to keep trying at something it's not working. So you got to change the method up. And like I said, here the relationships are very corrupt in a way. The laws and like the things that people can get away with, specifically women too. The things that people can get away with, in relationships, it's kind of like, why would a guy sign up knowing all that risk, that he could take and lose all that? So it's kind of like you got to go in there, guns blazing. You got to go in there, having already a shield on you because you don't want to get targeted by the wrong person, So I can understand why a lot of guys wouldn't show up to events like this because it makes you feel needy. And not only that, even on dating apps, it's the same thing. It's like, if you have to swipe and message her first, it makes you feel needy. It's kind of like, oh, I have to be the one to message you because I'm the one who wants love the most. And it's kind of like, it gives the other person the right to reject you. And guys want to have that power too. So they feel like, nah, I don't want to have to be the one to chase you. You got to chase me. But we all know that's not how it really works. But it does work for certain guys, but it don't work for every guy. But it's a lot of pride, a lot of animosity, and social media don't make it any better when you see guys getting their asshole torn up for approaching the wrong girl. Like, hey, can I get your number? Oh, you disgusting piece of, you know what I'm saying? Social media don't make it any better. So it's just kind of like, a lot of dudes see that and play it smart and be like, nah, I'm not going to be a part of this. I'm going to find my chick in a different way. I'm going to find it in a way that I don't have to embarrass myself just to get a little bit of affection, So I can understand why guys are moving in different ways and not attending these type of events because, like I said, the ball is in their court once you show up. Because to them, you're showing up because of them. Now, in hindsight, they're showing up for you too, but it's different because they're showing up to look for a certain type of person. You're showing up with an open mind, but they're showing up with the fixated, person that they're looking for. I'm not saying guys won't show up to these events expecting like a Jennifer Lopez or something like that. Jennifer Lopez. But my thing is like, a lot of quality people, probably a lot of both sexes would assume that a lot of quality people won't show up to these events. It won't be somebody that they feel like would meet their so-called standards, you know? It's because it's kind of like, what kind of high value person has time to go to something like this? When in reality, you make time for what you want. Anybody can go to anything, because the internet proved that a whole basketball player can go on an internet dating show, the Pineapple Show. Like a whole retired basketball player is on the internet with a bunch of average guys calling in to a dating show that is held by an average chick. Like, in my opinion, she's average. She's not like anything, like, you know, no celebrity status or anything like that. So it just goes to show you that as much as we like to believe celebrities and high value people are out of reach, nah, the internet brought us much closer than people think. You got women like, what's her name? Ruby Rose was texting grown men.
She was underage at the time.
Yeah, like when you up against something like that, what do you expect the average guy to think? It's no point in even, like, you might as well just deal with the ones that mess with you in your own area, like, or the ones that you come by in passing or whatever. Like, going to these type of events it just like I said, it dissuades guys from even attempting these type of things, because there's so much reason not to. The cons outweigh the pros completely, to for the most part. So that's my little tangent on that. You got anything more on that?
Nope, I have nothing to say. So anyways, if you guys have any opinions about any of the clips that we've shown y'all, please just leave in the comment section down below. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys could give us any suggestions or recommendations, you can hit us up on our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.